You guys ever
Well,
watch Farscape?
God damn
Oh
it.
yeah, great show.
I know it's a thing that exists.
Yeah, if you ever looking for something new and different to watch on your schedule readout and you're bored and you want anything space, check out Farscape. I freaking loved it.
Muppets in Space.
Yeah, but they
Well,
did it so well. It was
Yeah.
so
Well,
cool.
I think
One
there's.
episode I absolutely loved. It was kind of cool where they were all shrunk down and being held captive, and there was one character. She's supposed to be really smart, scientific, nerdy, and she's going, but she's also had a superiority complex. So she's sitting there pretty much stomping a fit in her tiny little form, going, "This is not possible. This it can't work because of this and that." And Rigel finally goes, "You stupid girl." And she's like, "What? You sit here and say it's not possible, yet here we are. Just
Yep.
because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not possible."
Yep.
So,
That series had so many great lines.
and the fact that it was Rigel saying it, who can be very thick to like,
Yeah.
who is arguably one of the smartest characters in the show, and she had no comeback.
He's one of the most annoying characters.
Who's that, Rigel?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also sometimes some of the greatest forms of comic relief in that show. And they did stretch it. They stretched a little far with the reaching there, but it was hilarious.
And then I didn't like the fact that the show ended, but I liked the fact that after it did, the main two characters ended up on Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, and they referenced the show too. What was it? Claudia Black's character was trying to pitch different ideas for a show, and this guy said, "You're just ripping off already existing shows. Come up with something new." And she goes, "How about this?" And she rips off Farscape, and the guy's like, "I never heard of any of that. Let's do it."
Yep.
And the fact that the guy who played Crichton, who was always butting heads with Rigel, in this case, they positioned him as Rigel.
Yeah.
That was straight up nostalgia bait, and it was good.
Yeah. I also like the fact that he came in and he was like, he joined SG-1 because he wanted to be a part of this great crew, and they all left. And so he's basically starting from scratch again.
Yeah. Did you ever get to see the movie, the straight to video movie they did to wrap up the series after the show got canceled?
Um, that I don't remember. I remember. Let's see, what was it? Towards the end of the series, that they had the thing where he proposes to her on a boat or something, and he gets evaporated or something, and then there's the movie picks up from there, right? Where they
Yep.
suck up all of his parts and then put them back together. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't remember much from it, but I've seen it.
Yeah, there were some neat things that they did in that, and a few things where it's like stretching a bit. But I mean, Farscape did stretch a lot, but the characters are so good they could get away with it.
Yeah, I think part of the reason for that was because they were trying to um, answer some final questions or like finish off a bunch of storylines that they had open. And so, yeah, they had to stretch it a lot and do stuff to cram it into that small movie. I think if they had like more time for like more episodes or something, they could have done a bit more with it.
Yeah, I think the budget was the big problem. That's the thing about sci-fi. No matter how good it is, it's going to cost you more to film it. And I think they couldn't quite balance out how much budget they needed versus. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
grateful that they were able to put together a wrap-up movie for the series at least. But man, imagine if they could have done that as a full season as they originally intended. It probably would have been a lot
Yeah.
better. But
Oh,
what
yeah.
was cool is they got a little bit extra in the budget for special effects because it was being done in the movie. So we got to actually see Rigel in the water because they're an amphibious species.
Yep.
I mean, I really did like Farscape. It was a lot of fun, and we don't really get fun stories like that in sci-fi anymore. Everything's got to be so serious
What
and
is
gritty.
fun?